Alright, welcome to the stream. Let me see if this works. Sweet. Alright, so we're gonna have no problems playing this. So, welcome to I'm going to be doing the 35th anniversary of Zelda. Hey, what's up, Cruel? I'm going to be playing Zelda games the entire month, so I'm going to go through hopefully every single Zelda game chronologically. So, first game in the Skyward Sword, or Skyward Sword in the timeline, so this is going to be the first one I play through. Hey, what's up, David? David the Grape? How are you doing? I come from FA. Who were, start this up. I'm trying to play this on a Wii U directly because apparently my sensor bar, or the wireless sensor bar I had, because I was just going to emulate it, but I figured I've got the actual copy of the game, so I might as well just play it on my Wii U directly, so it's going to be really interesting. I'm hoping my capture card actually works for this one, because I've had some problems with it before, so we'll see what happens. You're fine, thanks, that's awesome. Good to hear. Oh, calibrating, I should probably not be moving it around. Okay. Screen. Sweet. This is a tale that you humans have passed down through uncounted generations. It tells of a war of unmatched scale and ferocity, the likes of which would never be seen again. One dark, fateful day, the earth cracked wide, and malevolent forces rushed forth from the fissure. They mounted a brutal assault upon the surface people, driving the land into deep despair. They burnt forests to ash, choked the land's sweet springs, and murdered without hesitation. Ooh, murder. Jeez. They killed all the people? They did all this in their lust to take the ultimate power, protected by her grace, the goddess. Her grace. The power she guarded was without equal. Handed down by gods of old, this power gave its holder the means to make any desire a reality. Such was the might of the ultimate power that the Old Ones placed in the care of the goddess. To prevent this great power from falling into the hands of the evil forming the lands, the goddess gathered the surviving humans on an outcropping of Earth. She sent it skyward, beyond the reach of the demonic hordes, beyond even the clouds. Totally forgot the story for this one too, actually. With the humans safe, the goddess joined forces with the land dwellers, and fought the evil forces, sealing them away. At last, peace was restored to the surface. This is Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. So this is a tale that you humans have told for many ages, generation to generation. But there are other legends, long hidden away from memory, that are intertwined with this tale. Now, a new legend bound to this great story stands, ready to be revealed. A legend that will be forged by your own hand. The title card should pop up pretty soon. There we go. Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. There's an instruction opening. What the heck is that? Hit start. Save data created, yay! Oh, you can extend it, that's cool. Let's see, let's do the first one. Oops. Adventure. Alright, what should I name our character? Should I give it Vincent, Link, something else? What do you think? Let's fix this. Does that actually fit? Yeah, that'll fit. I can do that. Weird that this one like steps to center. Yeah, you know what? Let's just go with Vincent. That way. Oh wait, you put all these crazy symbols in here too. Weird. It's okay. Ooh, more cutscene. What the heck? Jeez. That's concerning. Oh, 25th. Well, it's the 35th, not the 25th. Ooh, burp. There's another burp. Blue burp, red burp. Is that purple? Purple or blue? I can't tell. Looks like purple. Purple burp and red burp. So Cruel, what are tonight's noms? Curious. What's the letter? Interesting. The heck? Guys, said the time has come for you to awaken. You are fated to have a hand in great destiny. It will soon find you. Time has come for you to awaken. Vincent. The heck? He's falling out of bed. Okay. Oh god. His burb. Wow. Hey, sleep in. I know how much you like to sleep in, so I'm guessing this letter will be your alarm clock this morning. Did I guess right? Rise and shine, Vincent. Today's the wing ceremony. You promised to meet me before it starts. Remember? You better not keep me waiting. Zelda. Ooh, cool. And dash. Here. Okay, cool. Oh. Interesting. Oh, hey, rupees. Blue rupee, 5 rupees. Cool. Money, money, money. Anything here? Oh, cool. Okay, that's pretty sweet. Anything in here? Can I hop back in bed? No, I guess not. Let's head the heck out. Okay, where are we going? What's in here? Okay, so they're going in there. Bench. Or there. Good morning. Today's the big wing ceremony, right? I wanted to fly too, but I didn't make the cut, so I'm stuck back here at the academy. Plus, we've got to move these barrels over to the kitchen. So we'd at least be able to cheer you on. But I guess that's the way it goes. Go out there and well done, buddy. Oh, let's break some pots. Oh, you just like actually throw it. That's cool. Huh. Oh, wow, you throw that. Do you think you're doing? You better clean that up. Oh my god. Screw it. Let's throw another one. Enough already, you little brat. But again, you'll be mopping soup stains for a week. Oh my god. How many pods is that Fledge boy? He's supposed to be bringing me barrels. Sometimes I just don't know what's going on in that boy's head. Can I pick the barrel up? Oh, I can't. Oh. Yeah. Oh, thanks. I didn't know you had time to help me out. Sure, no problem. Really, thanks. Okay, so I need you to carry one of these barrels over to the old lady who works in the kitchen. Just need to pick up a barrel, then press A again to put it down on your feet. Hold the Wii remote up and swing it, you can throw whatever you're carrying. You can roll small items like pots. Oh, by holding the Wii... Okay, down and swinging it. We'll get in huge trouble if any of these barrels break, so don't even think about throwing or rolling them. Okay. Unless you forget any of this, just press 2. That'll bring up an explanation of actions available to you at that moment in time. Pretty handy, huh? Oh, whoa, this is freaking heavy, jeez. Actually uses up the dash meter. I think that's possible. Jeez, it's gonna take a hot minute. Dang, it uses one as is. It's bad. Jeez. Alright, good. What's all this? I thought I told Fledge to carry that. That's probably for the best that Skinny Boy would probably have gotten flattened. Say, don't you have some important ceremony or some such today? Well, thanks for the help. What's all this? I thought oh yeah. Who said that? Yes, I'm gonna get to this anymore. Oh no. Can I pick up the other one? Oh yeah, okay, we're not gonna do it. Put this in here. Let's go. Got closer this time. Chop, let's go. See if I set this down. Very good. Same thing, whatever. Oh, I broke pot. Thanks, that was a huge help. I know it's not much, but here's half of the pay the old lady offered me to do that. What the heck? You should have given me the full pay. You're my 40 rupees, not 20. I did everything. I have to hang back and watch the academy today. Good luck with the ceremony. That's true. God. Examine these. Keep it squeaky clean in here. Clean hands are happy hands. There you go. Let's go ahead and go. I totally forgot. Like, much of any of this. This is actually kind of big. Oh, Skyloft. Cool. Let's see.
Hey!
Up here. What do you want? Good morning to you. Today's finally the day of the long-awaited wing ceremony. Are you feeling ready? Oh, I just remembered. There's something I'd like to ask you about. Look this way while pressing and holding Z, then press A to have a quick chat with me. Okay, fine. Always remember you can press Z to target something. Once you've targeted someone with Z, you can easily talk to him or her by pressing A. And even when there isn't anything to target, pressing Z is a convenient way to quickly face your view forward. Oh, but it's a little silly to carry on a conversation when it fits in, so why don't you come join me up here? Okay. You'll be able to climb up if you dash up to the top of that wooden box, don't you think? Move while holding A to dash, you should be able to make that jump fairly easily. Try climbing up here. Let's see, let me up here. Oh, cool, you can actually dash up the box. Pretty cool. So what do you think? Using A to dash is useful, isn't it? However, don't dash around so much that you tire yourself out. Oh, or your stamina gauge. That's what's called. Okay. Your stamina gauge will empty and you'll be completely out of burnout. It's best to take a little break when your stamina gauge gets close to empty. Got all that? On to the next point. You can jump a short distance like this just by moving towards it. I like to call it the auto jump. I guess auto jump just has a nice ring to it. So, what are you up to? Rushing to get some last-minute bird riding practice in this morning? Oh, you have someone to meet. Zelda's waiting for you, is she? Perfect timing, then. See, Zelda's father, Headmaster Depora, has a pet named Mia, and, well, she scampered off again. Where's this thing? Look. Over there, do you see her? Headmaster is so busy working with Zelda preparing for the ceremony. Thought that maybe I should be her, but the ceremony is about to start. I just put on a fresh set of clothes, and well, you see. Will you help me out and go retrieve Mia for me? Yeah, fine. Fantastic, so you'll do it? I know you're in a hurry, so I really appreciate you taking the time to help. Put that outfit on him. I guess he just doesn't want to get sweaty, so... You should be able to climb up somewhere over there. If you hang off the ledge there, you can climb onto the roof from the other side. I'm terribly sorry, but I know you're quite the climber. I really do appreciate it. Okay, fine. Only cause you're sweaty. But you don't want to get sweaty. Over here. Oh, I can't. Okay, cool. Oh, cool. I can actually have this over too. That's cool. Sweet. don't care how good a jumper you think you are, you'll never reach a roof that high just by pressing A to dash. There should be a wooden box up there. Grab and move one with A and use it as a platform of sorts. You can climb onto a platform by pressing A to dash, or by pressing the stick for a few moments. Okay. It's a bird. Okay. What is this thing? Some sort of like weird animal thing. It mews like a cat. Nice work, you brought her back safe and sound. Sorry for troubling you with this, I know you're busy. Suppose I should be in here now. Please tell the headmaster that we found his pet. He should be up by the statue of the goddess. I believe Zelda is there with him, so you should hurry along. I can take it with me. Oh, I'm so glad Mia is safe. Such an odd creature, the remlet. Oh, so that's what it is. Remlet, okay. It may look cuddly now, but at night, it's another story entirely. At night? When night falls here in Skyloft, creatures like this remlet become possessed by an evil force. What the fuck? And monsters that hide in caves during the day make their way out and prowl in the dark at night. That is why nobody dares to leave their home at night. Certainly not if they can avoid it. It might be fine for youngsters like you, weltering in the way of the night. You can defend yourself. But still, it would be wise to keep your guard up when you're out and about in the dark. Okay, that's concerning. What is this thing? Bird statue. Oh, save. Yeah, this is a good time to save, why not? Yay. Oh, is that the only way to save? Oh my god, that's gonna be a pain in the ass. Let's do this guy. This guy has like a Gaston hairdo. Morning, how's life? Did you manage to get even a wink of sleep last night? Figured you might have been tossing and turning all night thinking about the big ceremony today. What am I doing? Oh, just fixing this gate here. Been squeaky lately, and we can't have that on the day of the ceremony. Hey, you haven't already forgotten to send your prayers to the goddess this morning, have you? Space the bird statue over there and say a short prayer to save your progress. As you know, those bird statues are all over Skyloft. About time you get in the habit of stopping at a statue every time you run by one. It's a bug wife. A prayer in time saves 9, if you know what I'm saying. No, I don't know. Stamina fruit. Fill your fruit replenishes your stamina gauge. Oh, that's cool. I don't really need that, but okay. Can I use it? Is this something I can use later, or... This swiping is weird. Oh, there's another one. Oh good, there's no pop-up instead. Sweet. Is it ceremony time? Sorry. Thing. Somebody's happy. Hey, good morning. I'm glad to see my loft wing got you out of bed. Oh, so the birds are loft wings, okay. Pretty sure you'd sleep in and forget to meet me this morning. But look at this instrument, and then look at this outfit. They're mine to use today in the ceremony, since I'll be playing the role of the goddess. Aren't they beautiful? Especially this instrument. They tell me it's just like the one the goddess was said to have in the legends. It sounds gorgeous, too. I asked Father about it, and he says it's called a harp. And look at these clothes. I made this wrap myself, and we get to use it in today's ceremony. Between the harp and this outfit, I'm going to make a great goddess today. I got you up early this morning because I wanted you to be the first to see me like this. So, how do I look? Let's just go with great. Ah, I think so too. It's nice to know you agree. Thanks. Ah, there you are, Zelda. Are you all prepared for today's ceremony? Oh, hello, Father. Ah, you're here too. Outstanding. Encouraging to see you up so early, given your capacity for sleep. No doubt today's ceremony had you too excited to close your eyes for once. If you win today's ceremonial race, you'll get to participate in the post-race ritual with Zelda, so give it your best out there. Yes, about that. Father, I don't know if he can do it. What the? What? He's like, what? Haven't been practicing much for a ceremony. Why are you spiting me? That's messed up. And even when he's out riding his Loftwing, he's just lazily gliding around, probably daydreaming. I don't know what he's thinking. He's going to have to be in perfect control of his bird to win today. Wow, you're rude. I'm like right here. No need to worry yourself, Zelda. Well, you may have a point. Today's wing ceremony tests the skill of the rider as well as his bound to his bird. Victory will not come easily. And as you pointed out, I haven't seen him practicing as hard as some of the other students. But you've known him since you were both very little. You should know better than to fret about him. See, Vincent has his Loftwing, sure, special connection. I've never seen anything quite like it. As you know, each of us in Skyloft is but 1.5 of a pair. We are only made whole by our Loftwings, the guardian birds that the goddess bestows upon each of us as a symbol of her divine protection. When we are young, every one of us meets our Loftwing under the great statue of the goddess. It's quite a big moment, as I'm sure you recall. But that first meeting with Vincent and his Loftwing was extraordinary. The bird that came to him was a crimson Loftwing. It is a breed so rare we were sure for some time that it had vanished from the line. Yes, and the boy and his bird seemed to share a profound connection from the moment they met. Do you recall when Vincent and Loftwing first met, with a sight? That little boy just hopped up on that bird and gracefully flew away without even a moment of instruction. They were meant for each other. And judging by how jealous you were that day, I'd say the friendship you shared with his bird didn't go unnoticed by you, my dear. Where to burp? But who can blame you? I'm sure you weren't the only one envious of the power bond shared by Vincent and his bird. Anyone who is a part of something special is bound to catch some nasty looks sooner or later. Whoa. This contest is nothing to laugh at, Father. The ceremony is part of the final test for those training to become Knights of Skyloft. Vincent doesn't fly fast enough during the race. What if Vincent messes up a big chance? What if he's not allowed to become a knight? I'm literally right here. Calm down, my dear. It'll be fine. Honestly, it's almost as though you become a completely different person when you worry about Vincent. Listen, you better fly your heart out today. At the very least, you need to squeeze in a little practice time before the race. Oh my god, what the heck? Come on, you'll thank me later. She dragging me, that's messed up. Here we are going now. Jump off the ledge and claw your Loftwing. Almost time for the ceremony, so try to practice seriously for one. Oh my god, you're crazy. Oh yeah? You can't sense your bird out there? Oh, I get it. You're trying to weasel out of having to practice. Nice try, but you're not fooling me. Off you go. What the heck? Okay, go ahead. Press. Shit. This bird sure is taking a long time to get here. What the frick? Something's wrong. Where the heck is my bird? Hang in there, I've got you. Jeez. Are you two alright? I'm sorry, friend, I didn't mean to push you so hard. You didn't sprain your wing, did you? This is very odd. What could have possibly happened to your Loftwing? For a bird to ignore the call of his master, it's unheard of. Big yikes. And you still can't sense your bird nearby. It's quite a problem, especially considering the wing ceremony is about to start. Uh-oh. You said you couldn't sense your Loftwing. Well, I should have believed you. I'm sorry. I need to tend to my own Loftwing, so I'll catch up with you later. You better go on ahead and see if you can find where your bird is gone. Where's my freaking bird? Where'd the bird? Oh shit. Why, how did it get to be so late? If I recall correctly, this year Instructor Horwell is presiding over the ceremony. You should go explain the situation to him and see if he's willing to delay the race a little so that you can find your bird. But, Father, you're the headmaster of the academy. If it's next to Instructor Horwell, he'll probably just come talk to you about it. Quite true. As usual, you make an excellent point, my dear. Very well, I'll explain the situation to him myself. Run along and tell Instructor Horwell to come see me in my quarters. Let's go. Poor bird. I'm attending my bird. Okay. If anyone in town knows what happened to your Loftwing. Where's my burb at? Where's the burb? Oh, run off the wall. Keep running off the thing. I guess I should probably tuck that guy. Oh. Don't men open doors for a lady anymore? How long am I supposed to stand here waiting for chivalry? Oh, I see you say. You look all flustered. Did something happen? What? You can't find your Loftwing? I don't know what to tell you. I've been here at school the whole time. Tippet is the one to ask about birds. I saw him downstairs a minute ago. Why don't you look for him there? The instructor did. Realize this game starts with 6 hearts instead of like 3. What does structure do? Oh, this guy, is it? Something wrong with the big hurry. What, your Loftwing is missing? I just saw him. Ooh! Bruce's bird was chasing after the fella. Where's Bruce? Bruce and his little cronies were saying they were headed down to the wing ceremony. I guess they might be in town. Normally the fastest way there is down this path. But this gate here still needs some work before it'll open. And you go around to the academy. Fine. Get the hell down. No. This way. Let's go. I need to go through here? Sparring hall. In here. Or not. Uh-oh. Oh, actually, it's probably a good time to say now that I did, like, all that. No, I didn't want to quit. What the heck? Okay, good. No. What the heck? Why are you bashing your head against the tree? Hold up. Hey, hey. You help me with something. All you have to do is use A to dash and roll into the tree. Like I've been doing. Dash, then shake the nunchuck. When you're in front of the tree, bam. You'll roll right into it. Come on, please. Okay, fine. What the heck? Whoa, you did it. A sky stag beetle. Right up. Hey, rupees! Rupees! Let's go in here. Do. Today's the big day, isn't it? You know, the wing ceremony thing. I was thinking about the senior class. Here in Skyloft, it's being able to ride a lockpick that separates the kids from the adults. And if your goal is to become a knight, well, good technique is even more important. All of us learn to fly the hard way, lots of practice. Wow, that was not helpful. Seems like people there. Hey Vincent, how's it going? The wing ceremony is about to begin, right? Remember when Pipit won the last one right at the last second? It was so close. No, that was a race. Hey, your Crimson Loftwing will be in the race, right? Looking forward to seeing what he can do. Okay, so my Loftwing's definitely a he. You know, Bruce, that sure was a pain with all the scratching and pecking. What did you do? Of course it was. You thought a big Crimson Loftwing like that was gonna go down without a fight? What? We got him, and I don't care how tough those birds are supposed to be. Not getting out of that pen anytime soon, boys. These guys look like losers. Yeah, it's me, bitch. Whoa, Vincent, so, yeah, just how long you been standing there? What's your problem anyway? But wait, I got it. You're here to talk about today's race. I can see it in those dopey eyes of yours. Rude. They're pleading. Oh, Bruce, can you please find it in your heart to let me win today? Please. You're just desperate to win so you can get some alone time with Zelda up on the statue of the goddess at the end of the ceremony. Oh, whoa. Well, sorry, pal. Bruce doesn't do charity for wimps. My advice, work hard and wish with all your heart. You might even come in second. Say, come to think of it, how come I don't see your bird? Where's that scruffy pile of red feathers? Can't imagine what could have happened to him. Think his tiny brain got confused by the clouds and got lost? Yeah, good point. Huh, I've got no idea what you're talking about. You know, we're all getting tired of how you never let anyone forget you and Zelda go way back. You've been friends since you were kids. Big deal. Doesn't change the fact that you float through life with your head in the cloud. Would you wake up, straighten up, and grow a backbone already? Dopes like you are dragging our honored academy through the mud. Wow, you're a douche. And just who might you be talking about, Bruce? Zelda, hey, nah, it's Here's a bozo. Don't even try, Bruce. You're on Vincent again, aren't you? He's a student at the academy, like all of us.
No.
Why do you insist on pulling him around so much? Yeah, I suppose. You suppose? Suppose what? And she is a badass. Oh my god. I suppose you are... Of course he's horny. Forget it. I wasn't supposing anything, okay? Okay, we're out of here, boys. Later, hope you find your bird or else you're gonna have to stop today's race. It could be a major setback towards knighthood. So find that bird or get real used to the taste of failure. Your special flavor. Wow, what an asshole. Hate to say it, but I'm beginning to suspect that those blockheads had something to do with your Loftwing's disappearance. Yes, they are blockheads. They're blockheads, they're assholes, and they're losers. Those guys aren't going to help us find your bird, so we better start searching. I'll fly around Skyloft and see if I can spot any trace of your bird. Give bird. Father said he talked to Inspector Horwell, but delaying the start of the wing ceremony, so don't worry, we'll find your bird in time. Give burp. Give burp. Give burp. Give burp. Okay, we're burp. What's here? We're about to do like a dungeon or something there. Find my burp. If I can see where he is. Hopefully I can jump up. Wait. It's gonna get tiring in my arm though. Let's sound the goddess's song beneath the light's radiance. Until her chosen hero shall fade, piercing ray of guidance. I don't know what that means, but okay. This is gonna be a bad idea. About a cage, so. Okay. What's up? You seem to be in a hurry. Tell us about your bird. Oh, the unusual crimson loftwing. Have I seen him? I'm sorry, I haven't. You should look for him by the statue of the goddess. I'll have a good view of this whole town from right there. Pick from after his name. Plus, knowing you, that's the best way to avoid getting lost. Again? See like what this is. It's like tower. Plaza. It's not a cage. That's where the bird statues are. Statue of the goddess is over here. I feel like it's probably this way. It's something about a cage. These tunnels will be blocking the way. Such a beautiful day, but we're too busy to enjoy it. Some things never change. Isn't that the truth? The only thing my lug nut of the sun is good for is getting grease on his shirt. All I do is laundry, laundry, laundry. It never ends. I hear you, and I'm terrible at washing clothes. I wish I could get someone to do it for me. There's the bums. Wash your own damn clothes. Here. What if it's like inside somewhere? You look depressed. I've ever heard of banging your knuckles against the door. It's called knocking. Barging into someone's house is what most people call rude. Anyway, you're lucky I'm home. I'm usually over at the bazaar working at my stall, but we're closed for the wing ceremony. Most days at work, all I can think about is how bored I am. Now that I'm not at work, I'm even more bored. My life is pretty sad. The mood, especially with the pandemic right now. You really shouldn't open other people's cupboards without permission. Fine. Anything in here? Yeah, nothing. At least if I can head to the Tower of the Goddess. Go this way. I think it's this way. Oh wait. What is this? You got a heart. This item's life-giving energy restores 1 heart of life. Oh wait, I guess the gate opened. Cool. This one. Oh, okay, that's it.
Hey!
Hey, what's up? Over here. I have some information about your lockpick. Come over here. What do you want, dude? Get in there. Go here. What's that?
Yeah?
Hey, I was just looking for you. I've heard your lockpick has gone missing, so I thought I'd join in the search. And get this, when I asked Fledge what he knew, he started acting weird. I'm so sorry. I really wanted to tell you, but if Bruce found out, I told you. Sounds like Bruce forced him to keep quiet about it. Go on, tell him the truth. A little while ago when I was playing in the dining hall, Bruce and his buddies came in. They didn't know someone was there and started talking about their plan to hide your loftwing. I wanted to warn you, but just as I tried to sneak away, Bruce and his gang grabbed me, so that if I told you, they'd make sure I would never be able to ride a bird ever again. Sounds like Bruce and his buddies had a plan to capture your bird and hide it near a waterfall. Well, near a waterfall would mean... Quick, let's take a look at your map. That's it, right there. I think it means the waterfall marked with the X. And I guess that's over here. Good. You know how to read a map, right? Press plus at any time to see a map of the area. If you get lost, just press plus. Forgive me, I can't help being such a coward. Really sorry. One more thing. If you're going out to the waterfall, remember that there are some dangerous things there. Creepy crawly things, you'll need to carry a sword. I think I saw the Knight Commander go into this sparring hall a while ago. Go ask him if you can borrow one. It's not here. Give me a sword. Slash things.
Hey!
Attacks and defense, you know which do this, not much better, will send me flying. Hey, it's Vincent. So you still want to get in some sword practice, even though today is the wing ceremony. I'm impressed. The sword is in the back room. Go on back there and get it. I'll be here for a while, so if there's anything you don't understand about handling a sword, go ahead and ask. You're so much. You gotta practice swords. Students at the Knight Academy practice with these. Looks like it has a fairly sharp blade. People practice with this? Jeez. Just want at any time to look at the items you're carrying. Cool. Let's see. Can I use it? How do I use it? Yeah, you want to learn about how to use a sword? Yes. Okay, just swing the rear remote to swing your sword. Swing the remote vertically to do a vertical slash, and swing it sideways to do a side slash. Thrust the Wii remote forward to do a thrust. And then there's the spin attack, a more advanced technique. Do that, swing the Wii remote and nunchuck together in a sideways motion. If you remember these moves, you can handle yourself in any fight. Remember the fundamentals, always press Z to target an enemy as soon as you see it. Try getting in some good practice on those logs. If the sword doesn't respond quite the way you want it, try big vertical overhead practice swings in front of you, and get back to the action. Once you've sliced up those logs, I'll set it up so you can try out your big move. Ooh, cool. Sweet. Cool. Okay, guess about that. Oh, punch through it. Okay. Really are a strong swordsman, easy to teach too. You'll make this instructor proud. Are you ready to try spin attack? Sure. Great, now I'm going to surround you with logs. You need to cut them all without moving from that spot. All you have to do is swing the Wii remote and nunchuck horizontally at the same time. Give it a shot. Cool. Good one. It sure looked like it felt good. So why don't you try a fatal blow to close out our session? What's this do? Alright, when your enemy is down, target it with V and swing the Wii remote and nunchuck at the same time to land a fatal blow. Do a side slash on that log. When it's down, try finishing with the technique. That's the way. A fatal blow is also an effective move to use right after you've used your shield or well-placed spin attack to knock an enemy on its back. Oh, but monsters don't stay down for long, so you have to swing the Wii remote and nunchuck quickly before they get back up on their feet. This is so weird. Oh, I put the sword up. Oh, it's press A. Okay, cool. Anything else? Oh yeah, you want to learn about how to use the sword. No, yeah, practice everything. You don't become a sword master sitting on your rear end. You practice those fundamentals. Yeah, Z targeting. No, 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 no. No, we did this already.
Hey!
Can't take swords outside the sparring hall. I think you're doing sneaking out with that. What? The left wing is missing. You want to go look for it? Well, I guess I could make an exception just this once, but remember that Skyloft is a peaceful place. Only knights carry swords, so I don't want to see you swinging it around like crazy up there. I don't want to get in a ton of trouble over this, so here's the deal. Make sure you get plenty of practice on these logs first, and once you get outside with that sword, I'll use it when you absolutely have to. Got it? Can I leave now? Okay, I already did that. I did the practice already, let's go. Listen, as an upper classman, I've got some advice for you. There's something you should always do before you go somewhere dangerous. Find a bird statue and send your curse to the goddess to save your progress. Yeah, I already got told about the bird statue, calm down. Think you'll make it in time? I'm such a wimp, I'm so sorry. Oh, I can't flash him. Oh well. It's like this. What the heck is that? Hey friend, walk yourself on over here and say hello. How do you do? I'm what you call a Sheikah Stone. Glad to meet you. I'm a stone of few words, so I'll get right to it. You're going to find yourself in puzzling circumstances as you make your way through this world. If you should find yourself stuck and you have no idea how to move forward, come see me. I've got nothing for you right now, but down the road when you're feeling stuck, the things I'll show you may just get you back on the right track. Good luck out there, friend. Okay, where is... Save the ship. Save. Let's go. Oh no, for the waterfall. Where's that thing at? Down here. Okay. Let's go. Oh, alright. Yeah, there's the waterfall. How do I get out? Can I not, like, get up? No, weird. Gotta go faster. Great news, one of the students moving through my lost his bird has gone missing. Oh really, that's terrible. It's told people they're not comfortable around birds, it's their talons. They look so sharp and painful. I thought everybody got one when they were a kid though, that make any sense. I guess I'm just going to swim back. Can I go this way? Maybe. Can I go this way? Oh, here we go. Sweet. Who's this dude? Look at this thing. Who knows how long this statue's been here? It only has one eye. Poor thing. You probably know this, but you can press C to look around. Yeah. Weird. Maybe it's missing something. Look at these weird looking trees. Oh cool. It's up and down. Nice. The heck? My friggin' bird. There are blood-sucking monsters, no kids allowed. Going in. Shit. Cool. It's a single rupee. There's nothing pops out of the grass. Oh, I can't even swing my sword when I'm like that. Interesting. Oh, there's a figure there, I think. Nice. Shit. Damn it. Blue rupee. Give me. So far, so good. I do like that you basically can slash. Like, the way you slash is the way that Link slashes. So if it's above you, you can do a vertical slash. And that's that. That's cool. Ooh. Tomb Raider rupees, nice. Yay, monies. Lots of monies. I like who it's 83, like the cat face. Cool. Give me burb. This isn't burb. I'm gonna save anyway. Yay. Okay. see.
Hey!
What do you want? What's up, Zelda? Hey, I was hoping I'd find you here. Heard you'd gone searching for your bird around the waterfall, so I thought I'd fly around and help you look. How's your search going? Any sign of your lost wing? Oh no. Well, let's not lose hope yet. There's a place up ahead that Groose and his gang are always hanging around. Maybe we'll find something there. Huh? Who's that? Who's calling for me? Oh, sorry. I got distracted for a moment. Let's go. Where we go? What are you waiting around for? Vincent, let's go get your lost wing. Look, there he is. Hey, my bird. No doubt about it, that's your lost wing. How'd they get him out? That's so cool, they boarded him up in there. We do something to get all those planks out of the way. That's messed up, like who the heck sticks like a bunch of planks yeah. Oh, I see him. There we go. Burb is free! I'm so excited. Yes, I burp. Where'd you go? Time? We should hurry. Now that your lost wing is free, you should fly to the ceremony. Before you go, I have to ask you something. I heard this voice a few moments ago. Did you hear it too? It's been happening a lot lately. Strangest feeling, almost like someone's calling out to me. Weird. Have you ever wondered what's beneath the clouds? Some say that it's an empty, barren place, or even that there's nothing at all down below. But I just have this feeling that they're wrong. Some of Father's old texts talk about a place called the Surface. The old tales described a whole world under there, far more vast than Skyloft. Thing is, no one's ever been down there to see it, and our lost wings won't fly through the cloud barrier. But I can't help imagining the wild things that might be waiting below. Someday I want to see for myself. Oh, sorry. We don't have time to talk. Let's get going. Look, your bird's waiting for you. Leap off the edge and press the down arrow. Don't worry about falling. Your bird will catch you for sure this time. Let's do it. Sweet. Ooh, this is cool. I can actually, like, move the weird motor on them. To, like where you fly. That's cool. Let's run your bird through the basics, just to make sure you're not hurt. You can change the direction your bird is flying by tilting the rear remote. When you want to speed up, swing the rear remote up to its altitude, point the remote down, drop the fast 5. So you're gonna tilt the remote up, then point the remote down, speed up. So how's he handling? I think he's flying over. When running your launch menu, you press 2 at any time to go over the basic control lead. Let's press A to charge, which is an attack to get the burst of speed. Press B to slow down. Try all these movements again. Oh, that's a huge relief. I don't know about you, but your Loftwing looks like he's flying great. Father and the others are probably worried about your bird. Let's go give them the good news. Hey, bird! Yes, I absolutely want to say. Saved! The Loftwing really is amazing, especially considering everything the poor guy has been through this morning. I'm going to fly back and tell Father what happened. Okay. Oh no, it's Doofus.
No!
Oh, well. We were on the plaza as you found that dumb bird of yours. Well, that's just great, because you and your dumb bird can't tell time. All the pre-race warm-ups me and the guys did were for nothing. Now I'm all stiff. We've been waiting forever for the race to start, and they delay it for you? I don't get it. The big flake gets special treatment. You're almost a man, and yet you still can't seem to go anywhere without help. I bet you can't even decide what to have for lunch on your own, huh? You don't think we haven't noticed the smug looks. But Zelda and I are best friends. We go everywhere together. Ugh. You think you're pretty suave, don't you? Well, don't you? Bruce has been going on forever about how he's gonna be the one to be with Zelda. He's only got his pompadour and a ruffle about her. I hate to break it to you, but today's the day I bust up this little adorable fantasy land you're holding. Zelda's playing the role of the goddess at today's ceremony, and I'm gonna be the one to claim that sailcloth. When I heard she made it herself, man, no way was I gonna let some scrawny clown snatch that prize from me. Oh yes, that sailcloth, Zelda's sailcloth, will be mine. Oh man, I bet she was thinking about me when she was stitching it. Yep, I can see it now. First I win the big race, and then Zelda and I finish the ceremony together on the statue. Just the two of us. It'll be our special moment alone. Nobody's stopping me and Zelda from having our moment. Oh, it's so real, I can see it. Oh yeah. Bruce. Behind you. Right behind you. What? Can't you two see I'm in the middle of... Ah! Care to explain just what you meant by our special moment alone? Oh yeah, nothing big really, just... Yeah, I was telling my buddy here how glad I was he found that red bird of his. Boy, am I looking forward to a fair race. Anyhow, later, Zelda, look for me during the race. I'll be the one pulling off all the dangerous moves. Man, what a loser. Hey, Bruce, wait up. Did you hear that guy? A fair race? Yeah, the chances of that happening are just about less than 0. Either way, don't let those fools get you down. Just get out there and fly the best you can. I know you've got these guys beat, and deep down I think you do too. That's the spirit. Trust me, you can win this.
Hey!
Wing ceremony will now begin. Participating students, please assemble. Looks like it's race time. Good luck. Ooh, fancy. Wait, is that like bird farts? Like the cloud stuff. I think. Your attention, please. At last we are ready to begin the wing ceremony. I was beginning to worry that we'd have to proceed without Vincent, but luckily that is no longer a concern. I'm glad you could all make it. Before we start, I'll explain the rules for today's competition. I have attached a small statuette to this bird, but will then release to the skies. On my signal, press A to dash and dive off the ledge. Once you are in the air, mount your loft wing. Remember to call your bird promptly with an arrow once you dive off the edge. Whoever catches the bird and claims the statuette with A will be this year's champion. Those are the rules. Simple enough, you'd think. No, I don't need to hear them again. Excellent. As you well know, today's champion will graduate to the next class, bringing him one step closer to knighthood. He will also receive a gift from the young woman chosen to play the role of the goddess in this year's ritual. Today is a special day for many reasons, but it is also the 25th anniversary of our fine institution. To celebrate the occasion, today's champion shall also receive his gift high atop the statue of the goddess. I hear the young woman performing the role of the goddess this year has crafted the gift herself. And as you all well know, the role of the goddess this year will be performed by the lovely Zelda. Let's see your finest flying out there. Show me just how hard you've been practicing. Also, I want to see good, clean flying. And no interfering with other riders will answer to me. That goes double for you, Bruce. Alright, gentlemen, line up. At my command, the competition will begin. Go. Let's do it. I get my ass handed to me. Hey, don't you know this is my day to get all the glory? What the heck? Yeah, you heard him. Let's see how you fly with egg on your face. Oh shit. Throwing shit at me. You got the bird statuette. Hell yeah. It proves your victory today. Wait till Zelda sees this. That was quick. I was expecting that to take a little bit longer. Shit. I was actually jumping. Don't worry, I'm fine. Great flying. Congratulations. Now we better get on with the ceremony. Give me that bird statuette you grabbed in the race. I must offer it to the goddess. Cool. Great goddess, guiding light and protector of our people, grant us your blessing and mercy as I act in your stead during this ceremony. Valiant youth who grasp victory at the celebration of the bird code, in accordance with old ways, now bestow the blessings of the goddess upon you. Blessings of the goddess drift down from the heavens aloft a sail. I now pass on to you. We got the sail fall. Now you can jump from any height without fear of a painful landing. Cool. It smells nice too. Oh my god. We're goofing, this is supposed to be a sacred ritual, remember? You know, they say that the goddess gave the sail pot to her chosen hero long ago. Of course, the one you're holding isn't the same one. I've been working hard to finish making the sail pot in time to give it to today's champion. I'm really glad I got to give it to you. Make sure you take good care of it, okay? Thanks for making it up here to do this with me today like you promised. Now we really should finish up this ritual. You do know what happens at the end, right? Really? Huh, I thought you would have figured it out by now. Oh my. You have to jump off the statue. Look down, see that big round design on the courtyard below? Finish the ceremony, you need to drop down right into the center of it. Pick off the edge here, right before you hit the ground, press B to open up your sail pod. How brave are you? If you were really fearless, you'd wait until the last second to use your sail pod. So, ready to jump? Oh, damn! The heck? Oh boy, I see you missed your landing. Remember, once you dive off the edge, you control the angle of your fall by tilting the rear remote. Dash off the edge. And don't forget you gotta land on all that round design. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta hold that. Does that count? Really? Yeah. You told me all this already. They're good. Cool. That was perfect. You're amazing. Is there more to this? You know, seeing as how you won today, and with the weather being so nice, I think maybe you'd like to, you know, go fly around the clouds together? It's like secret army time. It was amazing watching you win the race and performing the ritual together. I'll always remember this. It really was wonderful. Now, there's something I've been meaning to talk to you about. What is that? What's going on? Oh, shit. What the heck? She dead? Uh-oh. What's this? I'm waiting for you. Time has come for you to awaken. We're vital to a mission of great importance. watched me carried you back, you were limp and unconscious. I feared the worst. Fortunately, you don't appear to have any serious injuries. For that matter, or for that much, we can be grateful. No, I'm feeling a reading right now. But where's Zelda? She was with you, was she not? What's happened to my daughter? A black tornado, you say? That was no ordinary storm. You must put yourself. You're still recovering. Tell me, when you saw Zelda today, did anything about her seem off? I see. She was talking about the surface then. You've been having dreams about a great mission. How interesting. I'm sorry, I was lost in thought there for a moment. It felt very strange, but I doubt there's much of a connection between these things. I'm concerned for Zelda, but so long as she's with her Loftwing, I'm sure she'll be fine. Either way, daybreak is yet to arrive. It would be very difficult to spot one girl in her in the dark of night. It would also be very dangerous. Rest now. Zelda's going to be fine. She's out there alive, I know it. Big problem. Okay. That was weird. The heck? The heck are you? Where are you going? This is sus. Oh. Wait, what? Oh no. Oh shit. Where do you want me to go? This thing, maybe? Red root damage, 20 remains. Oh, you can go up there, okay. How do I get... Oh shit! This thing out. Oh, twist it. Oh, I see. The heck, what do you want? Why are you making me run all the damn place? Shit. That was close. Hearts. There's a stamina gauge for climbing up this thing too. Weird. Whoa, what? This is my first dungeon? Fancy. Interesting. Inside the statue of the goddess. Ooh, is that what I think it is? The one chosen by my creator, I've been waiting for you. You will play a role in a great destiny. According to your social customs, we should provide you with my personal designation. B is the name I was given. You're fine. I was created for a single purpose, long before the recorded memory of your people. I must aid you in fulfilling the great destiny that is your burden to carry. Oh, you must take up this sword as the one chosen by my creator. It is your destiny. Strange dreams troubling your sleep. My sudden appearance. Uncertainty surrounding the fate of the one you hold dear. Under the circumstances, it is only logical that you would exhibit some apprehension. To minimize your uncertainty, allow me to share some information. My predictions indicate that this information has a high probability of altering your current emotional state. The one you seek, Honorable Zelda, is still alive. And this spirit maiden, the one you call Zelda, another chosen one, fated to be part of the same great mission. Therefore, should you wish to meet with your friend, I highly recommend you take up this sword before you set out to search for her. That information invigorating you? Are you ready to accept this sword? Seems a further persuasive measure will not be required. In the name of my creator, draw the sword and raise it skyward. Cool. Whoa, what the heck? Oh, I gotta raise it. Actually, I have to physically raise it skyward, okay. Cool. You got the goddess sword. This mysterious sword is bathed in divine light. Recognition complete, Master. My Master. Okay. What do you want? Had my suspicions, but until now I wasn't sure. Yet here we are in the Chamber of the Sword, the very place where it was foretold the youth of legend would one day appear. It is said that this place was left to her people by the goddess herself. The very knowledge of this room's existence is a secret passed down to a select few each generation, along with a handful of words. When the light of the goddess's sword shines bright, the great apocalypse will wake from its long slumber. Do not fear, for it is then that a youth, guided by my hand, shall reveal himself in the place most sacred. It started days ago. The sword that I've kept secret all these years began to give off a faint, otherworldly light. At first I was sure I was seeing things here alone with the sword. There's simply no other explanation. I never dreamed the prophecy of legend would come to pass in my lifetime. The words I have sworn to keep secret are coming true before my very eyes. The youth will be guided by one born of the blade, one who is also youthful in likeness, yet wise with knowledge immeasurable. I guess the old tradition, one of the least reliable methods of information retention and transmission. It appears that critical sections of the passage have been lost over the generations. The youth who draws forth the guiding sword shall be known as the goddess's chosen hero. It is he who possesses an unbreakable spirit. He shall be burdened with the task of abolishing the shadow of apocalypse from the land. Such is his destiny. With the spirit of the blade at his side, he shall soar over the clouds and plummet below. United with the spirit maiden shall bring forth a piercing light that resurrects the land. Some of Father's old texts talk about a place called the Surface. The old tales describe a whole world below, far more vast than Skyward. Master, you must embark on a great journey beneath the clouds to the vast realm of the Surface. It's only through this journey that you can fulfill the mission set for you by my creator, the goddess. It is also the only method available for you to reunite with the Spirit Maiden, Honorable Zelda. This is no easy task. The world below is a forsaken place, and to reach it you must pierce the cloud barrier below. In living memory, no one has ever done this. This thing. This tablet will illuminate a path through the clouds to the land below. Take it and place it within the altar behind me. Tablet, the weathered surface of this heavy stone tablet feels very old. Master, the first thing you must do is hit the crest sitting in this room with the Skyward Strike. This blasts are a form of pure energy that charges within your blade when you lift it skyward. Once you have charged your blade, face the crest and swing your sword to send out a powerful Skyward Strike. Okay. That's cool. Cool. Oh, huh. So I mean I need to find like more pieces? Oh, cool. What the heck? Master, it is done. Still now, a cloud barrier created by the goddess has separated the world you know from the one below. The habit you placed in an altar has opened a small rift in the barrier. You can use it to travel through the clouds to the realm below. I've recognized you as my master, so it is my duty to follow you wherever you may go. I reside within your sword and will accompany you in your travels. Press down to summon me whenever you require my assistance. Okay. Listen a moment. The nature of the great apocalypse mentioned in the old text is a complete mystery to me. But whatever it turns out to be, it seems that both you and Zelda have big roles to play in the destiny of this land. Just think, what this feast says is true. Zelda is alive and no doubt coming to terms with whatever it is the goddess has in store for her. Should you heed the call of destiny, I don't know what dangers you may have to face, especially down there. But if you've decided to brave the unknown, please visit my daughter and bring her back to me. What we've seen here today defies explanation, but it is only the start of your journey. Please see it through and prove the legends true. Okay, let's do it. You do your people proud. Dawn is drawing near. It has been a long night for the both of us, hasn't it? You have a great journey before you, and those clothes, they don't look up to the task. The uniform you were to receive for winning the race should be ready by now. A sturdy uniform like that will prove much more suitable for a long journey. You better change before you go. Save. Yes, save. Absolutely save. Hey! It's the official clothes. The green uniform is what our knights will be wearing this year. To be honest, I've had my doubts about the color. Oddly enough, seeing you wear this uniform, I can't imagine a more fitting color for you. It's as though you were born to wear it. Take care on your journey, and be sure to stop by some of the shops at the bazaar here in town to equip yourself properly for the travels ahead. I will return to my quarters and see if I can glean more useful information from the ancient texts. You are always welcome to stop by if you have questions. You and Zelda shall be in my prayers. May the goddess watch over and guide you both. Finally done with the intro stuff? Oh my god. I hear your sparring instructor, the Knight Commander, also knows she will set up from Skyward. He's concerned for you. Why don't you consider stopping by the sparring hall and speaking with him before you go? Be safe out there. I'm counting on you to find Zelda. Oh. Hey! What you want? The green uniform looks so adventurous. You sure look like a knight now. The headmaster said you were heading out to look for Zelda. You're really something else. I could never imagine myself doing what you're about to do. Put a lot of work into making this. You should take it with you. You got the adventure pouch. You can store all kinds of useful items in this handy piece of gear. What the heck? It's an adventure pouch. It's for adventures. It's neat because you can fit 4 things in it that you'll need on your big journey. You can buy all kinds of stuff at the bazaar that you can put in this pouch. You should go look. You could buy some potions and a shield. They fit in the pouch and they might come in handy on an adventure. I just know you'll find Zelda for us. Hey, just make sure to come back and see me. Bazaar. Want to buy stuff. Hey, I just saw the news. What up, all of us? Only you got promoted to senior class. Just talk about stupid calls. Top of all that, Gerst won't come out of his room, and Zelda is missing. It's all your fault. Way to go there, buddy. Some senior class guy you are. Some lady. Oh, you're taking off on your journey now. You probably won't be eating here for a while. Well, take care of yourself. Make sure you come home every now and then. Nothing like a good sleep in your own bed. Oh, no. I want to go to the restroom. I need to do the pee-pee. Go outside. Outside! Let's see. Heard the news. Zelda's fallen through the clouds and you're going to look for her. Is that right? Headmaster told me there's some land beneath the clouds. Do you know anything about that? That's the famous sword. But it won't do you much good if you don't have a shield to protect yourself with. Here, take this with you. Hey! You got a wooden shield. This light wooden shield breaks easily and can burn, so be careful how you use it. The wooden shield is light maneuverable, but it's the biggest of all the shields. So keep in mind that it's particularly vulnerable to fire. If it breaks, you can buy a new one from the Bazaar. Equip the shield. Hold minus and point at it with the Wii remote. I'm not sure how to use the shield, Knight Commander. Aegis? Aegis? I think it's Aegis. At the sparring hole, we'll happily teach you. Oh. Cool. Interesting. Figure out how to use this improperly. Headmaster told me about Zelda, poor girl. I'm worried about her. Now, I don't know all the details of what's going on here, but that sword you're carrying isn't from Skyward. It's an ancient artifact that can only be carried by the Chosen One. Since you happen to be the one carrying it, I guess I can figure out a lot of the rest of this crazy story. You know, I just wish there was more I could do for you, but I can offer this as a parting gift. You already learned some new moves. It's time to learn the secrets of defense. First, we should start with the basics. Give your nunchuck a shake to take your shield out. Simple stuff I know what you need to review the basics. To lower your shield, swing your sword with the Wii remote, or press A to push your sword shield away entirely. Just be careful when trying to attack while I'm in defensive. Every time you swing your sword, move your shield out of the way, lowering your guard. Why don't you try that first? Let me try this. Okay, I think I got the hang of that. What else is there? Practical stuff. Ready your shield right before an enemy attacks you. The force of your shield armor will repel the enemy's attack. This technique is called a shield bash, and a recoil giving you an opening in which to attack. This technique is very useful against enemies who throw weapons at you or just refuse to give you an opening for attack. In a real battle, pulling off a defensive shield maneuver requires perfect timing. Believe me, you really don't want to miss. Why don't you put what you learned to use with that defense practice log? I did that already. Wasting my time. I'm gonna leave. So many maneuvers I don't have to remember. Good care of yourself and best of luck in your search for Zelda. No, where's Zelda? No. Master, I have an update regarding the stone tablet and the resulting column of light it created. The column of light has appeared to the sunflower location, and signs indicate it has created an opening in the cloud barriers land below. I must also caution you that descending to the surface, armed only with a sword, will result in a decreased probability of survival. If not already done so, I advise you to purchase a shield and potions at the bazaar in preparation for the journey. No subject to discuss, Master. Once you are accustomed to the controls, you are free to modify the on-screen interface. On the gear screen, select the interface to change the on-screen display to suit your preferences. Ooh, how do I do that? What's the difference? Oops. Oh, cool, so I can put like less stuff on the screen. That's cool. That's pretty neat. Oh, Pro is like nothing. Let me turn off the... Yeah, light's fine. This is good. What you got? Surrender way to between at night now, right? Congratulations. I'm sure there's still plenty you don't know. Please press 2 from the corner. Okay, but I want to buy stuff. Hey, welcome to the scrap shop. I can use the stuff you find to upgrade your gear and make it even stronger. Your shield takes a beating, no worries, we can fix that too. Upgrade here. Okay, what's my upgrade? I can make it a better one. That's why I need stuff for that.
Hey, hey!
Okay, nothing. Okay, you change your mind a little bit. That's fine. Just see you whenever you change it back, little buddy. Hold on, welcome to the item check. Want to put stuff from your pouch to storage? Okay, want to take something out of storage? That's fine. A lot to this game. Yes, I can. Customer, hello there, friend. Up here, the finest products you'll find anywhere. Please take a moment for your senses to savor the wonderful treasures I've prepared just for you, friend. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. Okay. Of course, someone as bright and savvy as yourself doesn't need to hear me right along. Straight to business. Please, friend, feast your eyes on this landscape of fantastical treasures I prepared for you today. What is this? Bombs? Can't sell you those unless you have a bomb bag. Lame. Some of these. Slingshot. So there's nothing to buy from you except for the damn shield, and I already got one. Hey there, yes, you with the adorable boat with the golden hair. Welcome to the potion shop. You can drink our potions when you're injured to fill up your hearts. Hey, you're one of those knights, aren't you? Or one in training, at least. Let me tell you, I'll look at you, and I can tell you you'll need my potions by a cauldronful. So don't try to slink away without stocking up. Oh dear. I have to ask if you have an empty bottle on you. So you know I can't sell you a potion if you don't have an empty bottle to pour it into. For some reason I like you this, so I'll give you a spare empty bottle and me keeping here in the stall. Oh, it's nothing, it's my little gift. You won't hear me say this often, but you can put other things besides potions in an empty bottle, so it's a useful thing to carry around. Yay, empty bottle. Empty bottles fit in your adventure pouch. Yes, let's take a look. If you ever get to the point where you can't fit any more stuff in your pouch because it's full, you can always drop items off of the item check. What would you like to buy? It's not quite ready for public consumption yet. They're great potions, but we have potions with that. This stops your stamina gauge from being depleted for a while. Ah, boo. Credit potion. part potion, drink this during or punishment part. That one's gonna be that one. The first elixir one is a vitalizing potion. Click forward on the bubble open shield and it moments the shield because it's new. It's amazing. Only that with this multi-burst mixture will even restore 4 hearts. Let's them to take on your travels and slink through the rupees. The last one. Guardian potion. This stuff makes you feel invincible. Potion that reduces the damage you take for a little bit of time. Find yourself facing an opponent with a little out of your leg, this is the potion for you. And a potion doesn't come cheap, but it's 200 rupees? Oh my god. Hello, welcome to my humble little side business over here. I infused the potion with my wife's silver food ingredients to increase their power. It's nothing really, just something I like to do. Now, if you have any potions you'd like me to infuse? I'm gonna get this one then. And give me that revitalizing potion. Yay! Revitalizing potion. Cool. Thank you, sweetie. If you want to push the card, I'll go see my husband at the end of the counter. He can make something up for you. What you got? Sure. The potions you're currently trying to infuse. Potion plus, cool. Oh, I need... Of course, I need other crap for this. Freaking crafting in here, that's crazy. If you're not interested, well, I hope to see you again. Okay, we're good now. Telephone master. Actually, where's that playtime? 47 minutes. That's cool as you can get the playtime. Zelda recommend you dive into the cone of light with clouds of balls. Cone of light to the south of Skyloft. Still in session? Okay, let's do it. Go back and get that thing. What's that one thing about like a treasure chest? Is it there? Makes me darker, okay. Fine, I see how it is. Where's that at? I wanna hop on that one platform. Oh, there it is. Okay. Get over here. What the heck? Come on, like... Oh, I gotta dash this way. What the heck? Lame? I wanna let me jump on the thing. That's stupid. Okay, I'm trying to see. What you want? Beetle's air shot. It's here. He sells bug nuts there. I want one so bad. Bell hanging down from the shop. I'm here. If you ring it, Beetle will stop you and take you off. The bell's up off the ground. You have to launch something at it. And then you'll ringing it. Yeah, okay, there. I'll pop and jump on the spot. What the heck, Link? Can I just not land on it at all? That's stupid. There's a column of light that marks the point at which you can descend into the surface. Confirm your current location on the map. Please see where you are in relation to Skywall. I think there's this thing. Cool. What is this? Appears towards the end to reach the surface by passing through the portal in the clouds of the column's base. Not here? This right? Oh wow. Damn. The bird not follow me? What the heck? Wow. Master, we've arrived. This is a fabled surface that has long been part of Skyloft legend. On my calculations, you are currently positioned in a location known as the Sealed Grounds. Interesting. The heck? Cool. Thanks for proceeding with caution, Master. burst saturated because I can't use. Weird. What you want? Let's try information for you. There's the ability to offer information on items and creatures you target with Z. Targeting something with Z, press the down arrow and I will brief you with all the information I know on the subject. Tikubaba. Violent plants is widespread in wooded areas and will attempt to bite anything that approaches it. It's covered in a tough outer crust to the inside of its mouth with saw. I confirm the existence of two varieties, those that open their mouths vertically, those that open horizontally. This is weird. You defeated two of this enemy type and unable to analyze your battle performance rating with this phone due to insufficient data. What the heck, this thing like analyzes? Ooh, I'm gonna chop it up. That's good to know though. The heck? Oh shit. Oh shit. That was rather concerning. Weird. This one. What was on here? Master, I have information to report. These doors appear to have been opened recently. They are now sealed shut by powerful unidentified force. Okay. How do I get it open? Man, this place is big. I understand what's with these weird little holes. Like there's nothing I can blow up. Kinda not getting the point of that stamina gauge right now, considering where these fruits basically just put it back up to... yeah. The heck? Young one. Child of destiny descended from the sky. Raise the sword of the goddess. Skyward. Take aim, the evil aura, and unleash its power. What was that do? Cool. Oh, what the heck? Something had changed in the area that was triggered by your skyward strike. There was detected an aura that correlates closely to your seal clock. Whereas this aura belongs to Zelda. Moving in the direction of the aura through a process known as dousing. Yes, explain dousing. As you wish. Dousing is when I detect the presence of the aura of something you wish to search for using the tip of the sword. The more you are to an object emitting the aura in question, the stronger the response will be. The response manifests itself through vibration and sound. The direction of the object emitting the aura is indicated by the purple pointer you see. Okay. Hold down C and select Zelda's redousing target. The point in the direction is to search. Definitely. That is true. That's really cool. Oh, cool. Where was I gonna need to go? And back up here. Hold on. Okay, up here. Let's open it. Sweet. Yay! Sealed temple. Heck. What the heck is this? Now the traveler descended from the clouds above. I welcome you, child of fate. Tell me, what is your name? Good, very good. I sense you already gained control of the sacred power that fills your sword when pointed skyward. Skyward strike is yours to command. This proves that you are fit to bear the blade you carry, the goddess sword. I've sat here for many years, waiting for you to arrive, also that I could fulfill my purpose as your guide. Then, under the roof of the sealed temple, a place built by the goddess an eternity ago. Her arrival here was predestined many, many years ago. The spirit maiden you seek arrived here shortly before you, descending to this land in a shower of light. There's no doubting it, the gears of fate have begun to turn. Yet, all is not as it should be. Spirit Maiden was not meant to reach this land in the manner she did. Feel an evil power working in the shadows, and moves to warp the destiny of which you two are a part. You are concerned for the Spirit Maiden and seek her whereabouts, yes? This is understandable, but for now you must focus on moving forward. That girl has her own purpose she must pursue, as do you. She set out for Fair and Woods to discover that destiny for herself, and you must follow. Show me your map. Oh, that's funny. X on your map marks the path that leads you to Fair Woods. You'll be traveling an unfamiliar land. Many monsters have settled here, and that may not prove guidance enough for your journey. And so I will give you the power to create beacons. When a beacon is marked on your map, a column of light will stand at that location. It will act as your waypoint from afar, so that the X and press C to put a beacon. Though you cannot see it from where we are, a beacon stands outside to guide you. Leave the temple through the front doors and see for yourself. When you no longer have a use for a beacon, you can remove it from your map by pressing C. Use your beacons well and you will never fear getting lost. Oh no, you must head into Fair Woods and chase after the Spirit Maiden, the one you call Zelda. On your way out, take the contents of the treasure chest within this room. What you find there should prove useful to you on your journey. Okay. You are ready. Leave through the door before you and head to the woods. I wish you safe travel. Know that all the questions you have now will be answered in time. Now, go bravely. Okay, treasure chest. Cool. Bacon. About to pop up in the treasure chain. Where is it? Oh, there's a statue too. Let me see it. That's it. What? Okay, cookies. Ooh, correct. And the bird is 50 spices, but she's 600 yards. I'll take it out next one. Where's the treasure chest? Jeez, there's oh, there it is. No. Pop this open. What is? Ooh, revitalizing potion. Shield gauge and also restores 4 hearts. Okay, this is a good time to save. Saving. Save. Cool. Let's do it. These more rupees. Yeah. Cool. I got 4 to cut the ground. Yeah. Alright, you bastards. By the way, scram. Ow. What you want? I'm going to reshow this weekend. Be wary of the remaining durability of this item. Ooh, thanks for jumping in there to rescue me, bud. Save the Dodongo. Who were those red pests? I did not expect to run into a pack of them in this peaceful forest. Same goes for you. This is the second time I've bumped into one of your kind today. I tell you, all sorts of weird things are going on lately. I owe you big for taking care of those guys, so let me tell you something fascinating. Hey, but I'm Gorko the Goron. Oh yeah, right, the Dongos are the bees thing, I'm dumb. I'm researching the ancient history of these woods here. According to the ancient text, there was some kind of place up above called the Isle of the Goddess, far up in the sky. Apparently these old statues serve as landmarks to those traveling up to the sky or down this Isle of the Goddess place. If you find one, be sure to examine it to keep tabs on the number of landmarks. They're rumored to be quite useful. Supposedly the statue is special, as it is said to have the ability to activate all the other statues. The whole thing sounds a little crazy, I know, but I for one believe it to be true. Otherwise, why would all these statues be here all over the place? It is a real head scratcher, bud. Makes you want to know more, does it not? Sure. Ah, sounds like I have a fellow connoisseur of ancient cultures here. Alright, bud, you had better brace yourself because I'm about to blow your mind. So get this, people actually live on this sky island and they get around by flying on the backs of huge birds that are way bigger than birds down here. Up there, everyone reveres the goddess and the residents of all the islands. The sky live in a peaceful society, fully free of conflict or unhappiness. Not only that, from what I can tell, your civilization is way, way more advanced than ours down here. But it does not even stop there, bud. This Isle of the Goddess has even more stuff to marvel at. The place was crafted by the goddess herself, so it figures that it is filled with wonders we do not have here. The buildings are all made of gold. An endless spring of mystical water feeds a river through the place. One sip of that stuff and you live forever. The trees are heavy with plump fruit that cures all disease. The fields are crowded with pumpkins that never rot. Magic wildflowers bloom everywhere. And the weather, oh the weather, bud. Not too hot, not too cold. No chance of sweaty heat in this garden paradise. That is the Isle of the Goddess. Amazing, right? Wrong, it is beyond amazing. You want to hear more about it, don't you? But, no. Oh, that's so bad. I was hoping to tell you more, but I guess it can wait. The heck? Whoa. What in the world just happened? Did you use some kind of magic? Statue wrecked the moment you got near it, bud. How crazy is that? Let's do. This sky. Goro. What was that? Statue just reacted to you. What did you do? Come on. You're not like a big guy back. I've got to know. I have to examine the statue further, but who knows what I might find out. I'm gonna find out shit. Although, actually, I need to use... Okay. Cool. Where... Oh, that's the wrong way. But good enough. This way. Think this way. Yes, this way. Cool. Yay, I'm expecting to lose that bacon. I'm gonna remove it. Can I remove it? Oh, okay, there we go. Cool. Let's see. Mastery of Interfere in the Woods. Plentiful water in this region clearly sustains a large diversity of flora, including this massive tree. It is logical that the lush plant life and water resources have attracted animal species to the region. Hey, wow, this is huge. Shit. Cool. Against the probabilities, it is extremely likely that Zelda is somewhere in the area. I recommend you continue to use your dowsing ability to search for her. Fine. Is this way? Oh. Interesting. Let's see here. Oh, it's like a bomb. What the hell? grass. Yeah. Eight. Let's pull up. Okay. Why not break the shield? Jump around them. That's just short to cut grass. The heck is this thing? The heck? Oh, so quiet. This thing is kinda ugly. Miku. Now there's a green one. I didn't even know they came in green. Don't hurt me, Kui. Weird looking. Hey, what's up, Farfel? How you doing? The master picked up a highly interesting spike in dowsing readings from the creature. Wait, what? Yes, master. Based on the creature's characteristics, it is a peaceful, forest-dwelling animal. Wait. Kikuis are intelligent beings capable of speech. However, such a creature would obviously not be confused with Zelda. It's unclear why such a creature would listen to the dowsing response attuned to Zelda. Follow the creature and investigate this phenomenon. Weird. What did you do with Zelda? You bastard. Up here. The heck? Oh hey Farfel, thanks for the follow. Not sure why my thing didn't pop up, that's weird. No, what do you want? Master, should you have questions about anything, I encourage you to call me. Down arrow. Once I'm summoned, select advice or hints and I will promptly offer you information pertinent to your current circumstance. No, I don't need that. Why'd you tell me that? I don't care. In the woods. It's a good time to save. Yay, saved. What's up? Oh shit. No, still no. There we go. Austin, Texas is the home of South by Southwest. Oh yeah, normally it would be. I think it's supposed to be a virtual festival thing this year though, unfortunately. Because of COVID and all that. Last year it was cancelled entirely. But yeah, normally most, to be honest with you, most locals to Austin kind of hate it. Because usually there's a lot of people that come in from out of town and the traffic is really bad. And it's really hard to get anywhere. Even though it is a pretty fun festival. Shit. Even though it's still a pretty fun festival, it usually means a lot of traffic for those of us that are local. Like, everything here is backed up when it's going on. It's crazy. I think there's still gonna be something going on here, but I don't know in what capacity, essentially. What's this thing? Amber relic. Amber colored chunks of precious stone are found everywhere. Weird. What the heck? Huh. Oh, I was already here. What the heck? Oh boy. Hey, rupees! What's the rupees? Come on. So you know what, now I can use the hints. Yes, what information do you see? Sure, yeah, why not? So your dowsing ability to locate hidden objects or creatures. However, you may need to use your sword to strike an object with a creature hiding behind it in order to scare the creature out in the open. I'll go on next. Okay. Let's do it. Where are you going? Get back here. Where'd he go? The heck? Oh, where'd he go? Weird. Where do I think you've run up to? Oh, there he is. Get your ass back here. Oh, he's panicked. Spawned me again. We. Huh? You don't want to eat me? We. And come to think of it, why did you fight off all those red monsters? Keep I'm Machi. I'm a Kiwi. You seem okay, even though you're scary. Thanks for helping me. That's weird, Kiku. A little while ago, I ran into another funny animal like you, but that one was a girl. This is Zelda. I don't know who this girl was. Kukui. She was in a bunch of trouble when I saw her. A pack of those mean red guys were after her, Kui. She escaped with the Kikui Elder. For this. Oh my god. Nice to be obtained information on Zelda's current status. This information indicates that she was assailed by monsters but somehow evaded capture. However, I infer that she is still in significant danger. Freaking die. I've marked the position of the Kikui Notes Machi. Please confirm your current location. Furthermore, my analysis suggests that this Kikui most likely produces a false positive dowsing reaction due to a previous direct contact with Zelda. Using this hypothesis, I theorize there is an 85% chance that the Kikui Elder will also generate a dowsing reaction for the same reason. Suppose you continue dowsing to search for Zelda. Okay, let's do it. You really spooked me, Kui. You keep some very strange company, friend. Sounds like you're set on finding this friend in the Elder. You're heading that way anyway, Kui. Would you mind telling our Elder that I'm safe? Cheer up, Kui. I bet your friend is safe with our Elder. Okay, let's find out. It's a problem. So, we're planning to head up like this way. Maybe, I don't know. Oh shit, hey, Streaming Soul, thank you for the raid. Actually, let me play my raid video really quick. Also, TJ Gaming, thank you for the follow. Give me a second. Oh heck, Streaming Soul, thank you for the follow. Let me let my following message play.
Is that everyone?
But you wanted more?
There we go, that's my rare video.
Is that everyone?
But you wanted more?
Alright, so welcome to my stream. I am Vincent, so I am a furry that is a feline, so cat. Mostly a variety streamer. Sometimes there'll be weekends where I play a single game for like a weekend, but right now for February, since it is the 35th anniversary of Zelda this month, I'm actually playing chronologically through the Zelda series. And since Skyward Sword is the first, well, it's considered the first game chronologically, this is what I'm playing through first, so. Right now, I am trying to figure out where the Kiwi Elder is, so. Hell of a game to start with, yeah. I actually have honestly never played through this game either, so. I think I was kind of put off by the fact that it uses motion controls and all that, so. Like, I bought it forever ago, but I just never played through it, so. Now, this is a good a time as any to play through it, I suppose, so. Good luck, bro. Yeah, I'm hoping... Oh shit, thank you for the 4 bits. Yeah, I'm hoping that I don't have too many difficulties with this, but I don't know, I guess I'll find out. I mean, it doesn't seem too bad. I've got the motion plus, and I'm actually playing this on a Wii U, so I'm not emulating it, so it's actually working out fairly well. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's why it's not like upscale, like super upscale or anything like that, because I'm actually playing it on a native. Oh shit, what was that? Who's hiding over here? I emulate mine, unfortunately. Yeah, I kind of considered emulating, but I need a wireless sensor bar to do that. And the one that I have is broken, so I figured, oh, I'll just hook up the one to my Wii U and just do it that way. Like, the future games I'll probably be emulating, but since the Wii requires a sensor bar, I'm kind of not gonna do that, so... If I turn around. There we go. Oh yeah. What's up there? Oh, nothing. Okay, fine. I will say, it is pretty fun though, using the nunchuck and all that. It's just frustrating as far as the motion control like this for swiping. Like, it's so hard to cut grass. Damn. My thing is, like, my Wii remote and all that would connect to... for sure, yeah. My thing is, like, my Wii remote, the one that I have is actually the one with the Motion Plus included. It's like the gold... it's the gold one that they had in, like, the specific bundle. Well, I've had all the stuff for it for a while, too. Like, I didn't have to buy... Damn it. I didn't have to buy a specific one, like, it works just fine. Found better luck with the separate attachment, actually. Interesting, because it actually controls a little better compared to the one that's, like, built in. Ow, shit. Trying to use the sword as little as possible. That way I don't put some durability on it. If I can use the sword as little as possible, it won't break. To be fair, I've only used off-branded controllers with Motion Plus built in, but the current setup I'm using works perfectly fine. Oh, that's cool. I wonder if the off-branded ones have a specific... Like they have a less accurate motion thing, maybe. But yeah, I guess whatever works. think I heard that the one with the motion plus is built in. Oh shit. I think I heard the one with the motion plus built in, but I don't remember where my other bigger knots are. Also, quick tip: Skyward strikes work better for cutting grass. I tried that, but the problem is when I keep doing that. Come on. Aim up. Sometimes when I do that, and it would be like something like a side slash or vertical, so it doesn't cut right. Even when I swing horizontally, which I don't understand. What? That makes sense. Where are you? Damn, I missed! Oh my god! I may need to recalibrate it. No! Get back here! Get back here! Come on! Come on! Come on! I wish I had like arrows. It helps if it's like just a set. This one. It can also be emulated in the game, so I have a bunch of touch-up. Probably, yeah. And there's a bunch of stuff you can do with the emulated version. Especially with upscaling and all that. Well, the only problem is sometimes you might have the frame rate drop, whereas this is on the native console, so it's not quite. The only problem is like, if I did want to get a wireless sensor bar, I'd have to somehow figure out how to move my saves over and all that mess, so at this point I'm kind of stuck with it. Do not detect a strong jousting response corresponding with Zelda in this area. It's best to move your search to the location. Oh, that's fine, it's still saved. The kind of neat thing is, since this is on a Wii U, it actually puts it on both the tablet screen and the TV. Since I'm using a capture card, so I could even just like close the like turn the TV off and still be able to play this. I don't know how to do that while I'm streaming. Doesn't it just poop on me? What the fuck? Oh my god! What the hell? He just pooped on me, what the fuck? That's messed up. Well, let me get rid of it. Okay. I think somehow I jumped. No poo-poo. No poo-poo. No! I sat here on a splash around. Come here. Damn it. I think it's gonna work with delay. Did it not play down ever? Might have to wait. Oh, there's definitely nothing here. Kill this guy. Where are you? Damn. There we go. Oh, I forgot. Fatal blow, damn it. I like your sound. Thank you. Damn. Oh. No need for fatal blow because he's already dead. Okay, fine. Let's see how it is. Let's see. Where am I supposed to be going? Oh, I think that way. Okay. I think I'm heading the right way. I will say, the whole kind of maneuver with slashing those vertically or horizontally is kind of cool. but I definitely like the motion controls better on Switch versus this thing. Like, the Switch motion controls are way better than this. Come on. Oh shit! That was close. Come on. Trust those things. Where are you? Oh, I killed him. Oh, what's this? You got an ornamental skull. This simple, slight, macabre fashion statement bears the Bokoblin symbol. Cool. Yay, stop. Wait, what's this? Cool. I see you. Right, bitch. Where's my... Okay, I can pop up. Oh, no you don't. Come on, try it. Ow, shit. I don't really want to use the shield and wreck. Ooh, okay, good. Dang. Okay, so far so good. I do like using the shield to whack that back. It's really fun. What's a light? Maybe this is where I can find out. This way? Oh, oh wait, I can just pop down here. Oh shit. Let's try. Not gonna happen. Some of that. Oh, it's a rope. Cool. Yay. What? Can't quite hop on it. Run up this cannon. Damn. Angled out. That sucks. No, I guess I gotta go all the way back around. Okay, fine. See how it is. You're gonna make me run all the way around here. This way. Okay, let's do it. There we go. What the heck? Looks like a... Honestly, it looks like a big butt. What is this thing? Oh my god, it's huge. Wee hee and Bucha. Bucha, Bucha? I like Bucha. This is big Bucha. I am Bucha, the Kikwi Elder. I saw the way you spotted me through my ingenious camouflage. Wee, you are clearly a master woodsman. others like you? What? You say you met some of my people, Kui? Kui, so Machi is safe, eh? But the monsters, they are still lurking in the forest. I don't dare leave this spot. And you're looking for one of your lost people as well? Yes. At one point during the monster panic here, I did speak with the blonde girl of your kind, Kui. But now is not the time for such talk. The forest is full of monsters and I am worried about my missing tribe. Kui, the shock and worry has made my memories of the girl quite hazy. 3 Kikuis are still unaccounted for. Could I ask you to search for them and make sure they're safe, Kui? I am worried sick for my fellow Kikuis. If you could calm my fears, I might be able to remember more about where the girl you seek went off to, Kui. Learning that Zelda is no longer with the Kikui Elder is an unfortunate setback, but you may still have useful information. Taking this into account, I calculate an 85% probability that your quest will be aided if you find the lost Kikuis for the Elder. To expedite your search for these forest-dwelling creatures, I've added Kikuis as a dousing option. Cool. Find them Kikuis. You need me to explain how to switch dousing target. No, I'm good. Additionally, I will mark any Kikuis you discover on your map and disable dousing readings for them. That way you will not revisit the same Kikuis. This concludes my explanation. When ready, please begin your search for the missing Kikuis. Kikuis? Glad to hear that Machi is safe. Yes, Kui. I still worry about the other Kikuis. 3 of my tribe are still unaccounted for. Yeah, I already said I'd do that. Okay. Okay, let's find these Kikuis. One over here. What is? Ooh, cool. Ooh, fairy, no. There we go. Yay! Oh, fairy. Oh, yeah. Sweet. I don't know if I'm gonna need it anytime soon, but it's still gonna... Oh, shit. Damn it. Really? Oh, at least that works, okay. I was trying to roll, but it wouldn't let me. Why is that dude here? A lot of weird stuff away. Alright, you. Damn it. Okay, I guess I have to cross that no matter what. Damn, oh well. Let's see. Kind of a lot of backtracking to get back up here. There we go. I really wish I had arrows though right about now. That'd be super useful. Damn it. Right, I shook it to jostle and it didn't come out. Oh well. I'm kinda concerned I'm gonna need this shield here pretty soon. Swing. 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 Okay. motion control stuff like swinging is actually not that bad. Or like leaping. Like wax the thing up. No, stay. Stay. No. Oh yeah. Who's this dude? Uh-oh. Oh shit. There we go. Oh yeah. Hold up. Oh shit. Alright, sorry. Damn it. Actually wasn't too bad. Sweet. Things are kind of ugly. Fought up all those red guys. So does that mean that you're a good guy? Like that, like... They have kind of cute bodies, but their faces really ugly. See, I've got this problem. My legs have turned to jelly and I can't get down. Think you can help me, Queen? It's sick no monsters in the immediate area, and therefore concluded it's safe from Kiwi and leave its perch. Since it's Kiwi's missing this in the tree, I suggest you find a way to expedite his dismount. If you find yourself lacking ideas, you can always press 2 to review your available actions. See, this works. I knocked him down. I don't know if that was the best idea, but... Oh well, he's down. Ouch, that was... that was effective. Anyway, thanks to you, I'm saved. Keep believing. Really? The Elder was worried about me? Well, I'm glad to hear he's safe. Wait, cool. My name's Lopsa. If you see the Elder key, please tell me where I am. Wait, my legs are still shaking. Have marked the location of Lopsa the Kikui on your map. However, dousing readings indicate there's no Kikuis to search for. These things are so scared. Since you're another monster, don't scare me like that, Kikui. Or... on this side. Well, I can't jump up that at all. Fun. Oh. Okay. So I can swing on that, okay. That's kinda cool. Sweet. Okay, cool. That was neat. Do it. I can't. Okay, where's the next one? This way. Maybe... what's up here? Oh, there's like a thing that drops right there. Okay, which way am I going? Oh, there's like a cage. It's like a cage thing up there. Huh. Interesting. Question is, how do I get up there? Oh, calm down. Man. It says I can do it this way, so screw it, why not? Where are you at? That one? Okay, fine, let's go this way. Oh, come on, wait. Get up. Get up. Oh yeah. That's more like it. Oh, I can actually run. Okay, cool. I didn't realize I could like run along this thing. That's pretty sweet. Yeah. Ooh. Yes. Gimme. Yay, piece of art. This is that's fine. Good. Where's the head? Let's try this. No. What? Oh, maybe this way. Oh. Oh, that's, what's the name, dude? Oh, he's not counting though. What's going on? I understand there's more. What the heck? Where's this thing showing me to go? Here? There we go. Up this. Can I run up here? Damn. Dude, there doesn't seem to be a little up there. Maybe there's on the other side. Oh, this is still. I don't want to go this way. Bad idea. Back to the woods. I went the wrong way. Oh no. Dude. Here. I'm being dumb. Okay. There we go. Right there. Oh, okay. What the heck? Cool, okay. Don't eat me, I taste terrible. Let me go, Queen. The Elder was worried about me? I'm glad to hear he's safe, Queen. I'm Ulu. Or he says Ulo? Ulo? Yeah, Ulo. You meet the Elder, tell him I'm here. Keep the leap. I don't know if it's safe yet. I'm going to stay here a while longer and wait for those monsters to go away. I marked the location of Ulo, the Kikui, on your map. However, dousing readings indicate there are still Kikuis to search for. What was that just now, Quee? Don't scare me like that. Ooh, yay. Oh, nothing came of it. So, I need to go... Where am I going now? Going this way? Okay. Oh yeah, something up there. Where did I get there? Nice from where? Like, up there. Oh, I see you. That's where I die. What's this? Golden skull, real rarity among skull ornaments. With an eerie golden color. Cool. Okay, where am I going next? This way, okay. Okay, someone close. Interesting. Yeah. I go to the other side. Up there, okay. Okay, how do I get up there? You did. Damn. Okay. Up there. Oh. Let me try this. There we go. Seems like it's gonna be a pain in the ass though. Okay. What's up, my dude? Hey, you can't hide from me now. I've been discovered, and here I thought I had a good hiding spot. I'm Erla. Thank God, a name I can read. You won't find another Kiwi in these woods that's half as good at hiding as I am. But the Elder, of course, Kui. I'm not detecting any additional dosing responses in the area. It's just you, Secret the Kiwi Elder. Okay. I met the Elder and he's okay? Phew, glad to hear it. If you see him again, would you please tell him I'm here? I like how they recognize that I'm having a conversation with me too, so it's cool. I freaking forgot what I'll do. I'll figure it out. Can I get here? I forgot which way I'm going. Check the map. Oh. Actually, I'm dumb. I can put a beacon on them. There we go. Oh, I can swim. Come on. No. Stay out of the water. There he is. Who is this? Man, hold on. Yeah, eat that. Ow. There we go. Oh, yeah. Okay, good. Good stuff. Since I left the area, like, all this stuff got down anymore, unfortunately. No, 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 no. Get away from me. No, no vertical slash. Horizontal slashes. Piece of thing. Okay. Found all the capes. Grease, all my fellow capeys are well. They want me to stop worrying. Excellent. They know me too well. You have real talent for finding whatever is missing, Quee. Don't know who you are or where you came from, but you have my thanks. Hee. Feel much less worried now. I believe I just remembered where that young lady went. That young girl, Zelda, was that her name? Yes, it's all coming back to me. She said she had to travel to the temple deep within these woods, Quee. Oh, I tried to warn her about how dangerous it was. The clever little thing vaulted off my belly and ran off on her own just the same. She headed down that way towards the temple. Be sure to take very care to follow her. The area is crawling with monsters. Oh, I almost forgot, Queen. As a result, as a reward, finding all my fellow Keepees, I will give you a precious Keepee heirloom. Let me just fetch it for you right now, Queen. Pardon me a moment. What the heck? Just tried to smash me. Oh shit, nice. Gimme. Gimme. Oh no, Queen, no need to be shy. Come up onto my back and finger my movement. Yay! You got the slingshot. Use this projectile shooting weapon to fling Deku seeds at your foe. The hard seeds will stun your enemies. Press down to send the cursor. Cool. Oh, there's actually like a weapon wheel thing on here too? Jeez. Oh my god. This is gonna be a pain in the ass. Whatever. That slingshot Queen, you should be able to find a path into the deep woods where that temple is. Oh, okay. To start, why not try shooting that curled up pine over there? Press B to ready your slingshot Queen, then press A to let a shot fly. If you run out of ammunition, just grab some seeds from the fruit that grows on the trees over there. And go find that girl, I'll be rooting for you. Queen. Oh. Sweet. Hell yeah. Well, that's what you didn't like the right spot. You get rid of from it? Oh well. Oh, okay. So you can't hit all the time. That's cool. Sweet. Where's that going? This way. So I'm heading the right way. Oh, you see? We got 5 Deku seeds. Okay, good. Where is... I think it's this way. Yeah, there it is. No, no Coco. How dare you, no Coco. Oh, okay. Ooh. So good. Hey! Heck yeah. Master, now would be an excellent time to arm you with additional information regarding the use of your items. To be ready, you can instantly ready the slingshot you used a moment ago, with a tapping B. Experience difficulty aiming while you're using this at any time. With the Wii remote forward, press down to recenter your aim. Okay, good. Like that. Ooh, spooky. What was that about? Wait, what? Who the hell was that? The hell? Shit. This seems straightforward. I confirmed the plant life in this area matches that of Farron Woods. We've reached the area locally referred to as the Deep Woods. Now we should continue toward the temple in search of Zelda. Okay. Ow. That's right, you die. Oh shit. No, 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 no. Shit. No, go away. Shoot. Yeah, close up. Okay, where is... Where the heck is Zelda? Let's see. Once again. This way, okay. Oh my god, more of these guys. Die. Oh god. Go away. Yeah, leave me alone. Okay. Shit. This is nerve-wracking. No. Okay. It's up here. The heck? Oh. Hey. Cool. Okay, yeah, I know where that is. Sweet. Yay. Okay, let's do something. Okay, good. What do you want now? The integrity of your shield is weakened. Be wary of the remaining durability of its item. Yeah, I kind of see that. Fortunately. Got another one of these balancing things. Let me do this. Nice. Huh. Whatever. Oh shit. No! Fuck! That thing can walk on that? Holy shit, that is messed up. Okay, fuck this. I'm gonna see if I can shoot him off. Yeah, fall off. Damn, that's messed up. I didn't realize they can, like... That's crazy. I didn't realize the enemies are, like, smart enough to like, do the... Wow. That's wild. Cool. We're dead. Okay, where is... That way? Okay. Cool. Yay! Gimme. Let's see. Actually, it's just about 10 o'clock, so I think I'm going to have to end the stream here. Unfortunately, I gotta get to bed in a couple hours for work in the morning. So I think I'm gonna save it quick and then we can find out who we should raid. Yes, that's good. Okay. Oh, cool. It actually says where I'm at, too. Sweet. Alright.